Yes, it is working. We just got to the afternoon break of day 10 of the Undercover Policing Inquiry. I'm joined by Heather Mendick for the first time for ages. You're back at the inquiry. And we've been hearing more from the undercover officer, James Thomson. What have you made of what he's had to say?
I don't know, I can't make out who he is or what he thinks because he remembers hardly anything at all. He can explain hardly anything at all about why he did what he did, and he did so many ridiculous things. He had multiple bank accounts, multiple passports. He tore
multiple driving licenses.
Yeah, and he tore loads of pages out of these passports, but he can't remember what. And he thinks it was one thing, and it clearly wasn't. He had the most insane job of all of them, right? And we heard a lot about that. That he was just doing location scouting, away on production, earning actual money and keeping it, which was against the rules. Getting loads, the reason he had multiple driving licenses because he was getting loads of traffic, what they called offences. And
doing loads of travel. I mean, there was this whole thing that he'd supposedly ripped pages out of his passport, the second passport he had, because he pretended that his first one was stolen. He ripped loads of pages out because he wanted to try to hide the fact that he'd gone to Indonesia. However, it turns out he'd ripped pages out of the wrong passport. And in fact, the stamps to Indonesia were still visible in the other passport. So he ripped out pages with other stamps on, and he couldn't claim where he went. There was a whole thing that he was took an unauthorised trip to the USA. He said, no, he didn't do that. Yet there's the visa stamps in there.
Yeah.
There was credit card payments in Hollywood, as well as all the stuff about his passports. Yeah. We heard the thing about his use of the identity of Kevin Crossland. He was asked, where did he get this from? He said, I don't know. Why did you have it? I don't know. I mean, just unbelievable bullshit.
Yeah, and none of it's tenable. It's like, because the death certificate as well. It's like when you find the death certificate, and he has no memory of it, he denies getting it.
Says the first time he saw it was today.
Yeah, and clearly none of this is true. But it's a question of, well, nobody believes him. But I think what people might think is that he has so many multiple lives that he can't actually fix someone. He's got some kind of real disorder, but that's kind of too nice. So they always want to be nice to them, and we seem to be nice to them. He just really is a horrible human being.
He is a horrible human being. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he is being just deceitful. I mean, there's a whole thing where he said, it's put to him that he's, being totally dishonest with his managers, that he's evading things as much as possible. He's taken through his debrief document where he said, well, I don't know if that's probably not true. And it's like, he was asked, could you tell us where the truth lies? And he's like, no, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what the truth was.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit, I think it was yesterday, where he's asked something, and he says, that doesn't sound like the kind of thing I would do, but I did lots of things that don't sound out like the kind of thing I would do, or things I would think of myself as doing. And so he's kind of distancing himself and saying, I guess to some extent we all do things that we think we wouldn't want to be the kind of person who did that, and maybe we, in our memories, erase certain things. But most of us haven't got this kind of extremity that he's got. Well, he was just going around being a really horrible human being, not thinking about other people, that he's got. Well, he was just going around being a really horrible human being, not thinking about other people, living out multiple fantasies, the fantasy of being a spy, the fantasy of being working with celebrities as a movie kind of production person, and somehow he just went for it in his own life and doesn't care about what happened to anyone else, and not just the people he was spying on, but the police. He had complete disregard for his managers as well. I mean, he doesn't care about anyone else around him, even the people who the police usually have a lot of loyalty to the police. He doesn't seem to even have that.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, he's completely. I mean, the police always try to pretend that these are rogue officers in a rogue unit, but I mean, it certainly is the case that he appeared to be quite rogue from his own managers. There's so many lies upon lies. I mean, it really. I mean, how he can be considered a credible witness in any way, given how dishonest he has been throughout. The fact that he clearly just doesn't know whether something that he's reported was a lie or not. I mean, it suggests that him saying that his reports are all truthful, yet what he said to his managers and debrief documents weren't. I mean, it just doesn't line up.
No, and it's really frustrating at these points that John Mitting, who's the chair, doesn't say anything. Because this guy is just taking the piss out of his inquiry. He's going to have 4 days. And that room is full of lawyers today. Sometimes there's a lot of tables at the front which have lawyers on. Sometimes they're half full. Today they're packed out. You know, you've got 2 Home Office employees there. You've got countless lawyers being paid for by the state. And he's just wasting all of this money. And you want John to be at least a little pissed off with him, and you know that he's just going to sit there, listen, and at the end say, thank you so much. It's been really great you telling me your side of the story. Like, it's just wrong, right? It's really wrong.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time he just says he can't remember, he doesn't know, he really isn't bringing that much. I mean, it is a bit frustrating reporting on. If people are following my tweets, it might be like a bit like, come on, not giving us much. There's not much to say because he keeps saying that he can't remember. This is only a short break. We should probably go back in. It's probably about to restart. Thanks for joining us. I'll do a video at the end of the day as well, and a Twitter Spaces tonight. Tune in if you can. Anything on the web?
No, I've come in. It's really empty, and even though it's dull as anything, it's fascinating as well. It's simultaneously both. So do come in if you can.
Great.